Would you mind telling me why you're setting up that Scrabble board?
Sweeney.
So you and Luke can just play games instead of doing what you have to do?
I just can't tell him.
Come on, let's put these things away. Now, when Luke walks through that door, you sit him down on that sofa, look into his eyes that love you, and tell him the whole story.
But he'll never want to see me again.
Well, as it is, he isn't really seeing you anyway. Only half of what you really are. The rest, the whole past, has to be hidden. That's not fair to him or to you. Honey, there is no way out except to tell the truth.
Medicine man? Yeah, hold on just a second. It's for you. 3. It's for you.
Hello?
Just what the hell is going on?
You? What are you doing calling me here?
Look, your whole Dorothy cover was blown the minute Carolee recognized you.
You still have no right to do this.
You listen to me. You're playing with this whole thing far too long, lady.
And having a wonderful time.
Yeah, well, one of these times you're going to go out to that warehouse and the cops are going to have a tail on you.
But I have got to have more time.
I'll give you 45 minutes.
What?
To get to your rented room, and I mean 45 minutes flat or I'm blowing Carolee's head off. You hear me? You got it?
The doctors will return in just a moment.
I see. Something wrong?
Oh, no, I was just worried about you.
Me?
And how you're going to manage. You're all alone?
Don't worry about me, honey. You're the one that's in charge tonight. As prearranged.
That's what makes me feel so bad.
Don't, because I'm leaving. Hi, Matt. MJ, how are you?
Life just goes on, doesn't it? Everything in order. Nothing seems to be bothering them.
Take another look. MJ's really been worried about her cousin.
Well, she doesn't have to be. What time is it? Oh, never mind. I'm in a hurry. I have to go. I have a rendezvous
You're not
with
going
a lover.
Doreen? Where are you going? Doreen.
It's funny. Everybody I see seems to make me think about Carolee. Even Doreen. Carolee was so enthusiastic about that, about befriending her and making her trust her enough to take those tests.
Well, I guess Doreen probably feels pretty abandoned these days.
She seems to be looking better, though.
Yes, she does.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, what'd you like, MJ?
Nothing. Thank you. I think I'll just have some coffee.
Let me have a dry Manhattan. Up with a twist, please. I guess it would be easier to talk about your patient if you weren't my son.
Yes. It would be easier if you were not the chief of staff.
Well, under these circumstances, I'm really not. I'm just a frightened father who's feeling rather helpless. I can't get through to him, MJ. He won't let me in.
Well, it's not just you. He's closing everybody out.
Maggie said he was very good with Michael Paul the other day.
Oh, yes, he was. He was wonderful. And then after about an hour, he went right back into his little corner again, all his armor intact.
Well, I wish the surgery were over. Wish we'd know where we stand.
Yeah. That's why I hate the idea of his going to Houston.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you knew.
Knew what?
Mike has decided to go to Houston to have the surgery done.
What are you talking about? That's out of the question.
Well, he has already made his decision.
Well, then he'll have to change his decision. I'm not going to have him go off down there where he'll be all alone lying in that hospital. What if he can't walk?
Well, I think that's why he does want to be down there. He does want to be alone.
He can't do that. Why would he even consider such a thing?
I really think it's going to be hard to change his mind about it.
I won't have it. He can get better care right here. We have facilities equal to anything they have in Houston. The people that care about him are here.
Yes, I know, but I really think that's why he wants to leave. He wants to get away from all of us. He wants to get away from all the people who care.
How far does he have to run to do that? How big a hole can he dig for himself so he can hide?
I'm afraid you really cannot show your anger like that or even let him know that you care so much. I mean, I think you just have to listen to him. He is doing what he thinks he has to do.
It's really cold out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's that other glove? Oh,
Sweeney, you know, you don't have to go rushing out.
Yeah, but as long as you want to.
there. I think I'm ready.
Well, where are you going?
To the medicine man. They have a nice bartender there.
Oh, he's going to love to see you. He can tell you all his troubles about how Doreen and I both ran out on him tonight.
Poor Barney. And it's a good thing I'm going. You two have a good talk. It's not good to keep things tied up inside. Gives you bad dreams.
Good night.
Do you want to sit down?
Yeah. Hey, sit down beside me.
How about some music?
No. I just want to know what's going on.
Nothing's going on.
Missy, you promised me. You're going to tell me the reason for these moods. You know, sunshine one day, terrified the next. Now, come on, what is it?
I guess I'm just like that.
I know you are. What's the reason?
I'm not the person you think I am, Luke.
Let's find out who you are. What's your name?
Missy Palmer,
Age?
20.
You married? You ever been in love?
Kind of.
Still frightened?
Yeah.
Of what?
Of what I have to tell you.
What is it?
Those, mysterious appointments I have.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I have to see my parole officer.
Oh, Missy.
See, for 5 years, I've been on parole from prison, and I have 4 more years to go. So I couldn't keep that hidden from you that long. See, being on parole means that you have to report in, and they check up on you. They want to know where you live, and what kind of a job you have, and what kind of people you associate with. See, because they feel I can't be trusted. So how do you feel about that, Luke Dancy? You've been going out with a criminal.
No, I haven't.
Oh, God. I guess I just can't be trusted. There's good reason for it. Oh, this is just horrible. I feel so dirty. I wish I could just wake up in the morning and feel clean.
Hey, come here. Oh, Missy. You know, when I lived at home before Mom died, I used to go out every night, always get dressed up, all slicked up, crack a few jokes, clown around, but I never told anybody where I was going. I knew Mom must have wondered where I was getting all those hand-tailored suits and cashmere sweaters. I was always too ashamed to tell her. Wanted to keep it a secret. Didn't want to tell Mom about the older women in my life, what I was doing with them. But you know something? Mom knew all along. She knew all along I didn't trust her. And I knew all along that it was really hurting her. You see what I'm getting at? Is holding back and keeping things a secret. Being afraid was all my problems. But you, Missy, you've just shown me how much you trust me. Thank you. You're a bigger person than I ever was.
Feels kind of cozy in here tonight.
Oh, well, you get the right kind of clientele and you get that kind of feeling.
I'd even got my boots off.
You've been working awful hard lately, haven't you?
Now, don't go telling me I look tired. I get depressed when people say that.
Now, listen, Sweeney, you're the prettiest thing any man could ever hope to see. I'm telling you, alongside of any other woman, I don't care what age they are, most of them are too skinny anyhow, you're like a rose when you stand alongside of them.
Is there a bit of blarney in that?
No. I mean it.
Thank you, Marty. Gee, thank you very much.
It's all right. I just had to tell you. Well, how's that, Missy?
Well, this is an important night. I hope.
You mean you think Luke is going to ask you to marry him?
Oh, no. It's much too soon for that. Besides, they've got a lot of problems to solve. That's what they're doing right now. I tell you, Barney.
Yeah, well, I hope you would. If I'm left out, I tend to overeat.
Sure. There's a bit of the boy left in you yet.
Yeah, well, so,
I can't tell you. It's personal. I'd be violating Missy's rights.
Oh, I see. Well, all right, then, don't do it. Look, now, my Luke is treating her good now, isn't he?
Oh, he is a happy and loving young man.
Oh, yeah. A little too happy, I'm thinking. Oh, good time, Charlie.
He must have learned that from his father. But don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on him.
Oh, that's good.
And on his dad, too.
Oh, that's even better. Oh, do you want a little shamrock? I love it. Listen, why don't you stay till later? We'll get Tony to play the piano for us. We'll sing a couple of good old Irish songs. Huh?
Well, that'd warm my heart, but I'd have to go.
Well, another night, maybe?
That's a promise I'll keep.
As soon as Carol Lee comes back home, we're going to have a party and we'll get in our cups and we'll sing a few songs and you, me, we'll dance an old Irish jig, huh?
When Carol Lee comes back, will she, Barney?
Oh, are you sure? Well, she's got to.
It's a new year, but lots of problems.
Oh, isn't that the truth? My Sarah Lorne in that big house. Poor Mike. And here I get a call from Nola this morning, and she's not feeling too good either.
What's wrong?
Well, she's hoping that Jason will be on the next plane coming back. That's what I think.
You know, she ought to see a doctor. When you're pregnant, too much worrying is not good.
Well, yeah, I know, but Carol Lee was the one who was going to take care of her.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I told her she better get herself off to see Steve.
Now, that's a good idea.
Yeah. if I didn't have you to talk to, now what would I be doing?
Well, can't say I cheered you up much tonight.
Well, you know, that's my job. I'm the bartender, you know, hear people's problems and brush them aside. Even sing them a song.
Be my guest.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring, with a lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing.
Ooh, it's cold in here.
It's cold in here. She's laying out in that warehouse.
That's right.
Well, how cold do you think it is out there?
Very cold, I hope.
This is sick. Let's get this thing over with.
No!
Hey, I don't like it.
Listen, I have a right to some pleasure, don't I?
Pleasure? You call this pleasure?
She's out there. My little toy. Waiting for me. Wondering what my plan is for her. Praying and crying and scratching the walls. Well, I've caught her. Now I'm going to play with her.
Come on. You've done that.
Not enough.
I'm killing her off.
No, you wait. Listen, if she's dead, then she'll be still and quiet. And she won't know who's after her.
You're not listening to me, lady. I'm sick to death of this whole thing, and I am killing her off.
No, look. No, wait a minute. Just a few days. Just 2 days. 2 days.
Today.
No. Listen, the deal was you'd wait until I told you to kill her.
Yeah, but you never gave me a clue that it would drag on this long.
Just a few more days.
And then a few more days after that.
No, trust me.
Trust you? You who lie out of both sides of your mouth at the same time?
I have never lied to you.
Oh, yeah? What about this fatal illness you're supposed to have?
Now, Carol Lee lied about that. You know, when somebody faces death, they squirm. Well, she's squirming, and she lied.
No more talk. I'm sick of your mouth. I'm sick of this whole thing. Let's get going.
No. Wait.
No dice.
Listen, there is a lot of money involved in this.
Yeah, well, it's beginning to look to me like it's a lot less worthwhile.
I'm going to pay you more. I plan to double it. Instead of $15,000, I'll give you $30,000. Now, that is a lot of money. Think of all the nice things that you can do with that, Mel.
Yeah? Where are you going to get this money?
So you are interested?
Did you think I was in this for love?
Well, I will get it.
All right. You get it fast and in cash, because I am not waiting around.
I cannot take that kind of money out of my bank here.
Oh, you're starting to hedge already, huh?
No, listen, I only meant that I have to ask my father for it. He's one of the wealthiest men in Texas, and he will do anything for me.
Good. There's a phone out in the hall that you can call your daddy on. I'll let you have until tomorrow morning, and that's it.
Yes, operator, I'd like this call charged to my home phone, 555-8082. Yes, and it's person to Mr. Evan Fleming. And hurry, operator, please. It's an emergency. Daddy will help me. He bought Jason for me after all, didn't he? Now that I'm dying. No, operator, then, yes, I'll talk to the secretary. Hello? This is Doreen Aldridge, Mr. Fleming's daughter. Yes, would you give him a message for me? It's urgent, a matter of life and death. That he get in touch with me immediately. I need $10,000 in cash. Now, will you have him call me back? Yes. Thank you. Well, Caroline, I have bought time. Time for you to suffer. Oh, and I'm going to love it.
Good morning.
No, it's not. You're late.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just got off the phone with my father.
Oh, right. Good old Daddykins. How did he feel about shelling out a few extra $1,000?
My daddy's always loved me, and he's taken care of me nicely.
Terrific. So where's the money?
He's putting it in the mail this morning.
Just like that?
Just like that.
All right. You come up with the money. She lives a few days longer. But I still think it's dangerous. We ought to get rid of her now.
Oh, come on, don't you worry. Why don't you enjoy this the way I am?
Yeah. Let me tell you, if that check isn't in my hand in 3 days, nobody's going to have to worry about her anymore. Do you get my meaning?
Of course. Let's go see her.
What for?
Because I want to see how she feels. I feel like a little cat today. Wants to play with her little mousey before she kills him.
No hurting her, right?
Now, you certainly are protective.
Oh, why don't you shut up?
Oh, of course I'm not going to hurt her. I just want to talk to her a little and see how she reacts. Then afterwards, you can play with her. Or anything else you want to do.
Yeah? All right, let's go.
The doctors will return in just a moment.
Well, don't we look chipper today? Oh, Carolee, you really should check your makeup a little more. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Or have you heard the news?
What news?
Oh, that's nice. You are interested. Well, the news is that Steve has read your letter. And guess what? He believes every word of it.
I believe you.
Oh, come on, Carolee. You know, it amazes me what a big ego men have. As soon as you reject them, all they care about is getting even. Now, that is what Steve did before, didn't he? What was her name? Anne. Only it did take a few more days that time, didn't it?
It's not true, Doreen.
Oh, well, you go ahead and believe what you want. I suppose you think that the televisions and the newspapers are all pumping this up. But you know something? You're not that important a person. Nobody's even interested. Oh, of course, Mel and me. So I think I'll leave you alone, and the two of you can have some fun, while I go back to Madison and have lunch with Steve. I'd bring you a doggy bag, but I don't think I'm coming back this afternoon. Mel, open the door for me, will you? And don't be too rough on her. She isn't feeling well. Oh, she's gotten so thin. But I'm sure you've noticed that. Huh?
Now what's the matter?
Did you try? Did you check it all?
What about the reward? Yeah, I checked it out. There's a reward, all right, but they didn't say how much.
You didn't say.
No, they just said large and gave a phone number.
Did you call?
Are you kidding? That number's got to be as hot as they get. It'll probably take them less than a minute to trace the call. Besides, why should I take a chance? Doreen's got a lot of money, and she's going to pay up. So, If she wants to play with you for a few more days, who am I to complain?
Look, why don't you at least try? I know they'd offer you more money than anything she's giving you.
Hey, I just told you she's going to let you live for a few more days. What else do you want?
You don't know what it's like, do you?
Well, I figure it must be pretty lonely by now. Have you been thinking about what I told you?
What?
About me. You've been thinking about me?
No.
Hey, come on, what the hell? You're going to be dead in a few days anyway, so why don't you just relax and enjoy what time you've got left?
I have been thinking about you. I've been thinking about what you said to me. You told me you liked me, and I believe you. I don't think you'd want to do this, though, if you liked me. You wouldn't like it if somebody did this to your wife.
My wife is dead.
You're so good looking. You could have any woman you want. Believe me, I am your friend, and I know you're a good person. I know you're so good and you don't want to hurt me. You said you didn't want to hurt me.
Now, Carolee, I can be nice. Real nice. Or I can make it rough. Now, what's it gonna be?
You don't want to do this. Think about it, Mel. For God's sake. Think about it! No!
Actually, Eric and Steffi are taking it pretty well so far.
Good.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last, man. Oh, man, every night I go to bed, I'm in a cold sweat unless I wake up and I hear them crying down at the end of the hall, and there's going to be absolutely nothing that I can do for them.
I know.
Yes, I'm sure you do. I thought last night, boy, you and I are really on the same boat. You have to stand by helplessly, hoping that there's something good is going to happen with Mike, and I stand by hopelessly by a telephone, hoping there's going to be some word.
Yes? How about what? Yeah. All right. I guess so. This is Dr. Powers. What can I do for you? No. No, there's nothing to report.
Good morning. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm all right.
I just told you, I don't have anything more to say. This is a personal thing. It's a tragedy for Dr. Aldrich and his family. Please show a little respect. Well, if you need more information, I suggest you contact the police, not the hospital. That's right. Go up. Jackals. Want to know if I can tell them how this is affecting your personal life.
Oh, for pity's sake.
Oh, newspapers are great institutions, I guess. Unless they happen to be reporting on you.
Well, they don't know about the letter from Carolee, do they?
No, I don't. Not yet, anyway. Come on, Maggie, don't let me keep you from anything.
Oh, no, you're not. I just brought this schedule for the clinic for next month for Matt.
Okay, thanks. See Mike?
Yes, and he will not even talk to me about Houston. Oh, and he did tell me that he and Hank are going to see a movie this afternoon in the auditorium, so...
Oh, well, if I'm going to talk to him, I better do it this morning.
Well, go on, Matt. Go ahead. Don't talk to him now. You and I can talk some other time. Matter of fact, you can tell him I'll stop by and see him later on myself.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to be in until noon, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll be back shortly. Steve, try not to worry. I'm sure the police are doing everything they can.
Yeah. So long. Wish I could believe that.
What about the police?
Yes, about Lieutenant Perry in particular. As soon as that letter arrived, Maggie, I could absolutely see the look on his face. I was standing there telling him there is no way in the world Carolee would write a letter like that, and he nodded politely, and then his eyes began to wander, and you could just see the mind closing off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's absurd. How can he even accept the idea that Carolee would refer to Billy as her firstborn when the child is adopted? I mean, how can they believe that she'd write such a thing?
I don't really know. I mean, it's beyond my comprehension. Well, are you telling me that they're going to give up completely?
No, not completely. No, they still consider the case active. As a matter of fact, they put out a bulletin on her. They made some sort of a request for detention, for questioning, in case she's arrested for speeding or something. I don't know. It's also frustrating.
I know, sweetheart. But listen, there's still hope.
Do you know something odd?
What?
Doreen. Do you realize she's the only person who's even mentioned the idea that Carol Lee might have left me?
Oh.
Now, wait a minute. And a couple of days later, I get a letter with exactly that kind of wording, and it's a letter that Carol Lee was obviously forced to write.
Oh, honey, I wouldn't pursue that idea too far. I mean, Doreen just naturally thinks that about everybody.
No. I'm not saying she's involved or anything. It's just... No, it's just odd.
The main thing is that you know that that letter's not true.
Yeah.
You know what we should be hoping is that she'll have some effect on the people who are holding her.
Yeah, I guess the fact that she was alive when it was written... Something. I don't know the way the police are acting, though. I just keep losing hope.
Oh, now, come on. You mustn't do that. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
And if there's any way at all for her to get free, I know she's going to try. And in the meantime, we are going to make sure that the police keep searching. Okay?
Okay.
But Dr. Trax toured our facilities, Mike. He has no objection to doing the work here. I thought we could fly in his complete team, use our people for backup, and...
Dad, I've already decided.
But he's done it before, Mike. He's not locked into Houston.
But Houston's the obvious choice.
Well, maybe it is. But it would be so difficult for us to be with you there, at least stay with you.
I'll manage.
I'm sure you will, but...
Dad, this operation is critical. You know that. I don't want the surgeon involved to have to work with anybody or anything that he's not used to.
Uh-huh. Is that the only reason?
That's the biggest.
What's next biggest?
I'll feel more comfortable.
What, being in Houston?
Being away.
From your family?
I guess.
But why?
To tell you the truth, Dad, I feel more comfortable when I'm alone.
Have you thought about what that means?
It doesn't mean any more than what I just said.
That you're more comfortable alone?
That's right.
Or does it mean that it's easier to feel nothing then? I think that's what you want, Mike. You want to be able to just feel nothing at all. So you can just lie there and be resentful. Not feel any responsibility to anybody else. Feel that you're not involved with anyone. No love, no fear, no pain.
Dad, if you don't mind, I've already had my session with the staff psychiatrist.
All right, Mike. I just wish you'd think about it. I would like to be with you as much as I could, and Houston is...
What for? So you can pat my hand if the operation's a failure? I'm sorry.
It's all right. Forget it. But I do think you're forgetting who I am.
What do you mean?
Well, put it this way. If it were Michael Paul having an operation, wouldn't you want to be there?
Sure. But it's still going to be Houston.
Okay. Houston it is. Well, I'll look back in on you after your movie.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't run away.
Good. Well, Hank, how's the book?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Somebody gets murdered every 10 pages. Think it'll ruin my moral fiber?
I don't know. I'd watch it mighty carefully if I were you.
I will. So long, Dr. Powers.
See ya.
Bye, Dad.
Goodbye, Mike.
Here.
What are you doing?
Just wanted to see if you had the sense enough to put out your hands.
What?
Yeah, you amaze me sometimes, man. I mean, people walk in here every day offering you a hand, and all you can do is stick out your chin and puff up like a pigeon and tell them how much you don't need them. A real tough guy.
Yeah, well, that's the way I want it, okay?
Hey, man, look, this is me, remember? Your father was right. You're so scared you'd rather feel nothing than deal with all that fear. Look, let me tell you something. Making everybody else hurt the way you hurt, that isn't going to do anybody any good.
All right, push against me. Come on, push.
I'll get the strength.
Oh, you have been doing those exercises, I can tell. I'm going to have to do them next.
Okay, enough with the arms. How about the legs?
Oh, okay. Come on, I'll help you get them up. Over here. Good. Okay. Hi. Hi, Dr. Aldrich, I'd like you to meet Hank Chambers.
Well, how you doing? Nice to meet you, Mr. Chambers.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Dr. Powers said that you were going to come by today. Look, don't let us disturb you. I will try to torture him as quietly as possible.
She's a killer. Well, how you feeling, pal?
About the same. Steve, what are you doing here?
Well, I can't stay long. I'm starting to see patients around noon, but I did hear the good news, so I thought I'd stop by.
What? Good news? Something about Carol Lee?
No, no. No, about your surgery. I mean, from what Matt says, this surgeon in Houston only goes with winners. Might hurt his reputation if he took on somebody he couldn't help, right?
Maybe.
Well, I just thought I'd come by and wish you all the best.
Steve, if I had been through what you've been through for the last week, I couldn't think about anybody else. How can you be thinking about me?
Well, you're an important person, too, aren't you?
Maybe. But if the woman I loved was missing, I know I couldn't handle it the way you were doing it.
Well, you never know, do you?
No. I guess not. Any further word?
No, not since the letter. You heard about that, did you?
Yeah, MJ told me about it. That shows you something about Carol Lee, Steve.
What?
It shows you what a really smart girl she is. I mean, just think, she figured out a way to slip in that clue that showed you the letter was somebody else's idea. Now, that shows she can use her head in a really tight place. Now, that gives me reason to think that she'll find a way to communicate again, or maybe even get loose. I mean, there's room for hope, don't you think?
Possibly, Mike. I just wish we had something to go on.
Oh, you will. Somebody will come up with something.
I come around to cheer you up, and you turn the tables on me.
Oh, good. Come back later, and we'll talk.
You bet we will. Take care of yourself.
I will. You let me know if anything comes up.
See ya.
Okay, bye-bye.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Doctor.
What are you two staring at?
Oh, we're just looking.
What is it with you? What's going on?
It was a very nice thing you just did.
What are you talking about?
You know, it's been a while since you were able to forget your own problems and think about someone else.
Oh.
I knew you would again. Someday.
Yeah, I knew you would too, man. But you're going to have to admit, MJ, his heart's in the right place. His head may be a little bent, but his heart's certainly in the right place.